Okay, everyone, thanks for watching some information about Mindmup, which is a great way to do some mind mapping. I'm just going to start here to create a new map, and I'm going to save it on Google Drive. Create a new one. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on space, and I'm just going to call this, just call it sports for right now. Now, what I'm going to do, I don't particularly care for that color in there, so I'm going to right-click on this and change the color. And it's called a node color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on white. You can see it goes to white right away. Now, this is what you want to think of. It's your main title, or think of it as a parent. And what you're going to be able to do is come over here, and it's going to say to add a child, or you can just hit the tab bar. If I click on the tab bar, I'm just going to type in baseball. Now, from baseball, if I want to add some information off of there, I can just hit another tab bar. And if I'm dealing with it there, I'm just going to say, it uses a bat and ball. And I'm going to click out of that. I'm going to click back into sports. And I'm going to add another sport, another child. So in this case, I'm going to say football. And we're going to say, here's another way you can do something is just add what's called a sibling. So what's going to happen is it's going to shoot off from this parent. It's going to call it a sibling. Okay. Let's call it hockey. Whoops. And then let's come back in here, and we're going to have basketball. Okay. Now, what if I'm looking at this one, and I want all of these to be a color. What you can do is you can come over here where you're selecting all the children, and you can see that they're highlighted in this way. If I want to click out, I can certainly just click out of it. You can also hit Shift and click on it. And if I want to change a color there and change them all to red, there you go. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close out of this one, and I'm going to actually open up a different one. I'm going to open up this one right here. This is one I just was working on earlier, on favorite sports to watch. And what you'll see is you'll see these nice crisp lines coming across here. One way you can change that is go on something called extensions. And when you're on extensions, you can certainly just click off of the straight lines and close out. And what will happen is you'll see some squiggly lines come up. So there we go. It is up to you how you want it to look. I personally like it the other way. I personally like the straight lines. That's me. Another nice thing here too is if these are, I believe, all left unchecked, but if you check them on this one where a lot of people can work on the mind map at the same time. It's nice to, I personally like it, but that's me. So I'm going to click back into straight lines just because, well, it's a personal preference. There it is. Again, over here, you can zoom in and zoom out. In this case, it just centers things. Over here, you can select the subtree. So that highlights all these things in here. So if I wanted all these to be green, well, then I'm going to select them all green. Okay, you can just click out of it by clicking back into the parent. In this case, you can insert another sibling like we kind of showed before. And there's a lot you can do. I'm not going to bore you too much with this. I want you to be more interested and kind of go on yourself. I will come back to this at some time and put some more information in later in the year. One last one to show you, though, that I think is important. And kind of neat, I know kids would like this, is if you clicked on, let's say baseball, and I wanted to put a picture in there instead, what you can do is you can click on icon or image, and you can select a file. Now, I already have a file of baseball on here. I'm just going to select this one. The size of it comes up really tight, kind of large, so I'm just going to do 100. It'll be 100 by 100. You can shorten it. You can however you want it to be, this size to be. And there you have baseball. Now again, if you want to edit, you certainly may. Come up here, let's say you only want it 50. So it's 50 by 50. Save that. There you go, looking a little bit nicer. So really great site to use, especially for kids, and maybe you're learning something in science or social studies or even math. I mean, any anything, actually. It's a great thing to have. And what I really like here is the ability to save, and it will save directly into Google Drive. Um, and again, that is a nice feature to have. If you have any questions, by all means, please let me know. I don't want this to go on too long because, well, hey, you might get a little bored. Anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be putting some more out later on. Thanks again. Bye-bye.